Welcome to Nevada Newsmakers, coming to you from the Las Vegas Metro Chamber. On the broadcast today, Don Ahern, the head of Ahern Rentals, and now the owner of the former Lucky Dragon. For the whole show on an all-new Nevada Newsmakers.
All systems check. All right, Sam, let's go check out some D&D roof.
Hey, Ken. From up here, you can really tell the difference a quality D&D roof makes.
You're right, Sam. With our experience, knowledge, and staff, nothing compares to a D&D roof.
Hey, look down there. It's our D&D roofing crew.
I'll bank the plane so we can get a closer look. Sam! You watch your company's bottom line, and I'll cover the top of it.
Retail's impact on Nevada's economy? Enormous. 8,600 businesses, large and small, employing 145,000 workers. And last fiscal year, retail paid tax on nearly $60 billion in sales. We're the Retail Association of Nevada. We support retail, we help it grow, and we mean business.
RANNV.org.
Take a look at Pro Group Management and see how your workers' comp requirements can be met head-on. By taking a proactive approach, Pro Group can assure that your company is meeting or exceeding state and federal standards. As you move forward in your industry, Pro Group moves with you, simplifying regulatory tasks, clearing the way so you can get the job done and look to your future success. Pro Group Management, workers' comp that works for you.
Early in the morning or throughout the night, professional truck drivers are on the job, serving you, safely moving freight that's crucial to our economy. From the oldest industries to our newest innovators, from the exotic to the everyday, trucks are everywhere, moving everything. Never afraid to embrace a future that makes Nevada and our nation stronger. Trucking moves America forward.
This is Nevada Newsmakers with host Sam Shad, a no-holds-barred political forum. Now, from the Nevada Newsmakers broadcast headquarters, here is Sam Shad.
And back on Nevada Newsmakers, coming to you from the Las Vegas Metro Chamber. We are delighted to welcome back to the program Don Ahern. He heads up Ahern Rentals. Pleasure to have you back on the program, sir.
Thank you, Sam. Glad to be here.
So I'm reading the Las Vegas Review-Journal a couple of months ago and reading about the auction of the Lucky Dragon, which was a small casino project off of Sahara that unfortunately failed. But there was an auction, and who ends up being the lucky owner of this property but Don Ahern. So I had to have you come back on the program and talk about this. So first of all, how did you hear about this? What piqued your interest, and how did the purchase go?
Well, Sam, first of all, it really wasn't an auction. There was a bankruptcy auction by the group prior to my involvement here, and one of the creditors in the group was the only bidder on it. It was one of the mortgage holders, and they ended up owning it, and then it was just simply listed for sale. And to my knowledge, I was one of 62 different potential buyers for it now. Anyhow, I just negotiated the sale or the purchase of it with the real estate organization that had listed it from the capital company that ended up with the ownership of it. In the meantime, the bankruptcy court had cleared all the title and got it prepared for the next owner.
All right, so you are the owner of one of the largest rental companies in the world. You have offices all over the world and all across the United States. What in the world are you doing buying a closed hotel casino?
Well, you might find this humorous, I don't know, but maybe I just got a little smarter lately. You know, I've been renting backhoes my whole life, and I found out that after 10 years, a backhoe's not worth very much. And I found out that a hotel room costs about the same as a backhoe, but yet 10 years later, they're worth more money than you paid for them.
Really? Okay.
So I am really truly just a rental guy. To be honest with you, I've made almost all of my real money, or whatever money I've made in my life. Not that much, but what I've made it on the real estate side. And to be honest with you, the rental business is not clearly a cash cow or that great of a business. In fact, we did a little research here recently last year and kind of went back to when my father started the business in 1953. And we found out that we've lost more money in 66 years than we ever made.
Really? Okay.
So we're running a negative loss on a year to date. Sometimes those recessions, really set you back. But so you have a few good years and a few good years. But anyhow, I'm just a rental guy. I like to rent things. Renting hotel rooms, not that much different than renting a piece of equipment. And
had you ever gotten into the hotel business before, or was this just something that, I mean, because it just seemed out of left field for you to do that?
Yeah, I've had some other people tell me that. I didn't feel it was that out of touch. I think it's got a casino, a beautiful casino, and the previous developer, I think, did a marvelous job.
Yeah, I agree.
It was really nice. The kitchens are beyond. I mean, we've had some restaurant people over there recently, looking it over, for the restaurant concepts that we're trying to put in place now, and the reports we're getting on these kitchens are over the top. So, kind of looking back on it, the developer hired some people here to manage the construction process, which are long-time fabulous friends of mine. They in turn hired a contractor here in town, Penta Construction, which is one of the leading top construction companies, my friends, and we love them, so I knew about that. And then I actually had one of my closest, longest, best friends had family member that was in the top management of the Lucky Dragon. So it was just a property that I was very familiar with, and didn't really scare me any in terms of the construction. It was well built, and I knew it was very well built. We've got a whole team of people in there now, I call it giving the baby a bath.
Right.
We're spending a couple of $100,000 just getting it cleaned up, because it actually operated for 23 months, we're told, and it's been about 3 years now since its completion. So it kind of needed a bath.
Right.
And we're making it real shiny and pretty right now.
Well, I mean, the whole idea of the property as the Lucky Dragon was to have a first-class property to attract Asian gamblers from all across the West Coast.
Right.
And also from China, but predominantly across the West Coast. And so, yeah, the property itself is absolutely beautiful. That chandelier in the middle of the ground floor is just gorgeous.
It's pretty amazing, yeah.
Yeah, so my understanding is that you don't intend to operate this as a casino anymore, but as a convention center.
That's correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what kind of changes do you need to make to the property to be able to do that?
Well, the casino area is kind of 2 floors. I know you've been in there quite a bit, quite often, and it's got the upper level with where the restaurants are and all that, and then in the lower level where the casino was, we're going to take out all the gaming out of there and turn it into an event hall or a convention center of sorts. And by the time we get all the casino stuff kind of out, then we'll have 25 to 35,000 square foot event, special convention type space.
Okay, and that's actually a considerable amount of space, because when the M Resort put in that outdoor convention space that really changed around their business, that was 25,000 square feet.
Uh-huh.
So 25 to 35,000 is
Okay.
a considerable amount. You can really do a lot with that.
Yeah, it seems like a nice big space down there, and so we're kind of targeting convention groups. We hope that we can market it and sell it to one group at a time, maybe not all the time, but for the most part, that's the way we'll do it. We think we can handle Well, we've got 204 rooms, and they're really, really nice rooms. You know, they're big and all that. And we have ideas for kind of a club on the top of the tower, and then the second floor of the casino, we're kind of taking the restaurants, combining it into one big group. We've got another area that's evolving and into an awards room where maybe up to 400 people can go to the awards ceremony, and then they can migrate, you know, a couple 150 feet over into a nice big sit-down dinner, and then drop down through the elevators and the escalator that we're putting in, and attend a big ballroom. And we got some great dreams for in there. We got a theater and a big bar that's going to sink down in the ground and turn into a dance floor, and it's just going to be a great little place.
Okay,
boutique.
So now the theater does not exist at this point, correct?
It doesn't.
Okay,
no.
so the theater and the dance floor would be new additions. So have you thought about what kind of groups that you want to attract? Because this is a time when all the major hotel casinos on the Strip are expanding their convention space, because that's obviously great business Sunday through Thursday.
Yeah.
It's a way for people to compete, because obviously gaming has become like whiskey. You can buy it everywhere. There's no shortage of gaming in this country. 48 states now have legalized gaming.
Yeah.
And so to differentiate themselves and keep the town hopping, Las Vegas has kept changing, and the convention business has been a very strong portion of that. There are times of the year when there was no business in Las Vegas, and now the convention business has filled that in. So are you going to be competing with that, or do you think you're going to be able to find your own niche?
Well,
and I don't expect you to give away any great secrets here, but I'm just kind of curious as to what you're thinking.
Sure. Well, it's just like our 204 rooms that we've got. We're really not going to change the world with 200 rooms. I think there's 150 moving to 200,000 rooms in this town, so whatever we do, I don't think it's going to change the future of Las Vegas. But we are within walking distance of the new convention center that's going on there, and some of the other convention space that's going on with the World Resorts and down at Caesars, and you're right, the convention business is big. And at Ahern Rentals, we're a big supplier of all the forklifts and the booms and all the specialty equipment used in convention work. Even though our little space is probably not going to need more than a few pieces of equipment, but we're a large supplier of all that. So when an exhibitor comes to Las Vegas, they usually have to fight for space to have their little booth. And in many, many cases, they would love to have more. They don't get more because it's normally allocated, in a sense. You only get so many square feet, and that's all the space available. And from year to year, you try to grow it and expand it. It's really expensive. So we're thinking that people that are attending as exhibitors into a larger convention, well, you name it, there's hundreds of conventions here in town.
Well, I'm thinking, obvious choices would be like NAB, where, you can either be crowded into the convention center and the other properties that have these huge exhibits, or you could pick a place like what will be now known as the former Lucky Dragon, and have a boutique hotel where not only could you have your exhibition space uncluttered from all the others, but you could house the people in those beautiful rooms.
Yeah, we're excited because let's just say you got maybe 50 people you bring to Las Vegas to work your booth in the convention center, and you need to put them all together, and then you want to maybe keep another 150 of them kind of under your thumb, where you kind of control these people. And by us putting a theater in there, you could rent it out as just one of maybe 400 exhibitors that are at the main convention center. Just all we need is one, and they can have their own entertainment, a real private boutique entertainment, and they can have all of their other goods, their finished products and so forth, stretched out in that 30,000 square feet down below, where they're never going to get, they'll be lucky if they got 3,000 feet in the main one,
For probably more money than you would charge them for being in your property.
Oh yeah, yeah, right. And this way they kind of have control over their key customers and their staff. We actually have a real interesting floor where the staff can actually have their own cubicles. And I'm sure when you went there, you never saw this because it's kind of sandwiched between the first floor and the second floor. There's a big business office area in there. It's quite nice. And what we've
If they didn't serve dim sum there, I didn't go.
No, this is where the people did their work.
Right.
This is where the clerical and everything, but it's really nice, and it's actually a lot larger than I would have ever imagined. Just like the kitchens are oversized, you know. But we think that the staff can kind of hide in there. It's that part of it can handle 50 people in a staff, and each one gets their own cubicle while they're there for the week, you know, and then they can have a lot of fun. But you know what we learned, Sam, recently? A lot of these other cities are really fighting for conventions. And there's a lot of conventions that actually only have 100 or 200 or 300,
right.
400 people. And you might find this kind of interesting, not to kind of say anything negative toward San Francisco and some of these sanctuary cities and stuff, but we understand there's over 40 conventions in the San Francisco market right now that are looking for a home in Las Vegas and can't find it because people are sick and tired of going there watching all these people make all that dirty mess on.
Right.
We're on TV, so I'm going to keep it real clean
understand.
and nice here, but you know, people don't want to be around that anymore, and they want to come to Vegas. I was born in Las Vegas, if you remember.
Right, right. Okay, let's take a break. I've got some more ideas for you when we come back here on Nevada Newsmakers with Don Ahern.
Tamarack Junction is South Reno's hotspot with over 450 of the latest slots and video games. Sully's Sports Bar, the Dining Car Restaurant, William Hill Sportsbook, and the Tamarack Steakhouse and Lounge. We're just north of the Summit Mall in South Virginia. Yeah.
Ahern Rentals began as Signal Gas Station on Las Vegas Boulevard. Founder John Ahern grew the business by offering rentals. His son Don built on John's legacy, growing Ahern Rentals into the largest independently owned American rental company, with 89 locations in 30 states. Don also brought his experience and vision to equipment manufacturing with Extreme Manufacturing and Snorkel. Today, Ahern Rentals continues to bring its family values to a new generation. Learn more at ahern.com.
Hi, I'm Eric Robnett, owner of Home Energy Experts. Has this ever happened to you?
Honey, did you remember to turn down the thermostat?
Forgetting to set the temperature? Not fun. We can help. Our new smart thermostat keeps the temperature set for your comfort all by itself.
I'm feeling hot now.
To increase your comfort, go to homeenergyexperts.com for details. That's homeenergyexperts.com.
The signs and symptoms of cataracts can start out small with subtle changes in your vision. So don't wait. Be proactive and take your vision into your own hands. If you're experiencing the onset of cataracts or just have questions, contact your eye care professional or call Eye Care Associates of Nevada today. Dr. Hiss has years of experience specializing in the surgical correction of eye disorders and has completed over 84,000 vision correcting procedures. At Eye Care Associates of Nevada, we'll change the way you look at the world.
The Tamarack Junction Steakhouse is known for signature steaks, handcrafted cocktails, and world-class wines. Join us Thursdays and Friday nights from 4:30 to 6:30 in the Steakhouse Lounge for live music, gourmet plates, and well-priced wines, just north of the Summit Mall on South Virginia.
This is Nevada Newsmakers.
And back on Nevada Newsmakers, we continue our conversation with Don Ahern. He's the boss of Ahern Rentals and the boss of the soon-to-be renamed Lucky Dragon Hotel Casino. He knows the new name, but he's not going to share it yet. But that's all right. We'll be around for that as well. So I wanted to tell you that in Reno, the old Holiday Hotel on the river had a couple of hundred rooms. It went out of business years ago, probably in the 70s. It was reincarnated as the Sienna as a hotel casino. The new owner at the time put in about $70 million into refurbishing the property. He went broke. Somebody else bought it. They sold out of it. And it just wasn't going to work as a hotel casino because of the costs of all the restaurants, the bars, the dealers, 24 hours a day. So it turned into a Marriott, the Renaissance, with 200 rooms. It's now a great success because it doesn't have all those additional expenses of trying to run a 24-hour operation for a hotel casino when you only have 200 rooms to support it. That just isn't enough. So it sounds to me like, especially with these refurbished rooms from the previous ownership, that's not very many rooms to fill.
Right. I don't think it's going to be a big challenge to get the occupancy that we need. And by the way, these rooms really didn't get used much. Remember that? They only had 23 months, and they were not really occupied, as fully as they probably wanted to be. The rooms are in immaculate condition, and they were built well. We've kind of gone through a de-theming mode over there. I think there's 300 and some different little signs that had Chinese writing on it that we've had to, that we're in the process now of kind of taking the Chinese stuff off of it, And in some of the rooms, it's got some Chinese writing and things like that. But, once you get some of those Chinese names and stuff off of it, you really can't tell the building. It's not like it was built to a Chinese roof line or something like that. It's really a very normal. And the quality of the construction, I got to give those developers and the contractor and everybody credit. I mean, I've never seen such a solid, well-built hotel. It really was amazing. So we're not having to spend a lot of money on it. We had to put a few $1 million into it here just recently, getting all the electronics back up, the internet, and a lot of that stuff had been leased and was given back to the lessor in the bankruptcy. So we've had to replace all the electronics, and it was just as well because we were able to get state-of-the-art type of products that are out now.
Well, and it's funny, just think yourself lucky that you're not Bally's buying the MGM, because over a 2-year period they had to get rid of all the Lion stuff, and I'm sure that was no fun at all. Let's take another break. More with Don Ahern when we come back.
Dimitri Prine here for Design Outdoor. At Design Outdoor, we specialize in all hardscapes, pavers, and walls you'll need for everything, from wonderful small yards to full-blown outdoor living. And we only refer the best contractors to make your vision a reality. Our store and backyard are located at 11600 South Virginia, just north of DeMonte Ranch Parkway. Visit designoutdoor.com or call us at 851-9499.
I'm men's rights attorney Marilyn York, and because I represent men in all family law matters, women often call me gender traitor, woman hater, and even disgusting. So why represent men and target myself with these offensive monikers? It's simple. Children with fathers in their lives are 6 times less likely to drop out of school, 15 times less likely to go to prison, and 5 times less likely to commit suicide. So ladies, you can hate me, but please love your children more than you hate their fathers.
Hi, I'm Dave Newman. Remember me? I used to be the house detective, and now I'm a realtor full-time at RE/MAX Realty Affiliates. A lot of people ask me, how's the market? You know what? It's fantastic. If you're even kicking around the idea of buying or selling, give me a call. Let's talk about it. Call me at RE/MAX Realty Affiliates and just ask for the guy who used to be the house detective, Dave Newman.
The signs and symptoms of cataracts can start out small with subtle changes in your vision. So don't wait. Be proactive and take your vision into your own hands. If you're experiencing the onset of cataracts or just have questions, contact your eye care professional or call Eye Care Associates of Nevada today. Dr. Hiss has years of experience specializing in the surgical correction of eye disorders and has completed over 84,000 vision correcting procedures. At Eye Care Associates of Nevada, we'll change the way you look at the world.
This is Nevada Newsmakers.
And back on Nevada Newsmakers, we continue our conversation with Don Ahern, the boss of Ahern Rentals and now the owner of the Lucky Dragon. I've been twisting his arm in the commercial break and he still won't tell me the new name, but when do you think you're going to make the announcement on that?
Probably 60 to 90 days when we're going to open it up. We'll have a soft opening during that period of time, and then it'll be open in the fall and ready full action by New Year's.
Okay, so you'd be ready to go for CES.
Yep.
If somebody wanted to rent that in the early part of 2020.
Right.
So man, you know, I mean, there are at least I can think of a dozen major conventions that could easily use more space and would be thrilled to have a property like this.
You know, unless I'm really wrong, I just don't think it's going to be a challenge. We're bringing on 3 people right now as kind of a little sales force, you know, to help us fill it up. But, you know, with the Convention and Visitors Authority and some of the help you get through them and the leads and things, I just don't think it's going to be a big challenge. I may learn a new lesson in life, but
I don't
think
so.
it's going to be hard.
No, and I think with the Raiders coming to town, that this will be a fabulous hotel for somebody to rent out 200 rooms for their closest friends and have some very nice parties.
Absolutely. And we're talking to them, and we're talking to lots of folks here in town about
All right, well, I can't wait for your soft opening, have you come back, and then maybe you'll reveal a few more secrets here.
All right, Sam.
All right,
it's always
Don
a joy.
Ahern. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
And we'll be right back.
A bird's eye captures its surroundings at different heights. At Brian Culpa Photography, we can make your imagination soar over buildings, parks, cityscapes, and beyond. Brian's images tell the story and get the job done. If you need a new perspective to tell your story, contact Brian today. Brian Culpa Photography. Experience the bird's eye view at brianculpaphotography.com.
Hi, my name's Marilyn Miner, and I'm sure you'd agree that Nevada's a very special place to live. I was born here, and my husband and I have raised our family here. I feel it's a privilege to live and work in the Truckee Meadows. I especially enjoy helping my clients reach their real estate goals. Sometimes the smallest details provide the greatest satisfaction. I'd be complimented to talk to you about your next move.
Call Marilyn Miner at Dixon Realty, 742-1280, or log on to marilynminer.com.
St. Ives Florist, for every holiday and every special occasion. For romance. Custom home design. We have the largest selection of fresh flowers in northern Nevada. And we also offer a large selection of unique gift items. Come see me, Lori Ann, at St. Ives Florist, 700 South Wells Avenue, or call me at 333-9190.
Pro Group Management is the place where companies can find workers' comp solutions that are designed to meet their specific business requirements. As regulations evolve, Pro Group takes a proactive approach to clear the path to make sure your business stays ahead of the curve. Knowing your workers' comp program is optimized, you can focus on other important matters related to your growing business. Pro Group Management, workers' comp that works for you.
Ahern Rentals began as Signal Gas Station on Las Vegas Boulevard. Founder John Ahern grew the business by offering rentals. His son Don built on John's legacy, growing Ahern Rentals into the largest independently owned American rental company, with 89 locations in 30 states. Don also brought his experience and vision to equipment manufacturing with Extreme Manufacturing and Snorkel. Today, Ahern Rentals continues to bring its family values to a new generation. Learn more at ahern.com.
Our thanks to the Las Vegas Metro Chamber for hosting us, and always you can catch all of our shows at NevadaNewsmakers.com and on YouTube. We'll see you on the next broadcast.